The public ruination of Alex Jones is absolutely horrifying to document. The man has become more synonymous with Sandy Hook and the atrocity that happened there than even the shooter himself. Nobody knows the name Alex Lanza, but Adam Lanza. See, that's how synonymous Alex Jones has become with Sandy Hook, where the names become interchangeable. And when people hear Sandy Hook, all they think about is Alex Jones. You can thank the kangaroo courts and you can thank the hack media for doing as much. As I've made clear time and time again, I think Alex Jones is a fantastic entertainer, but if he's your primary news source, I mean, you're just about as well informed if you were to watch mainstream media. Guy gets about 40% of his stuff right. And I might be being charitable with that interpretation, but that doesn't mean what's happening to him is any more acceptable. Just because I don't go along with what he says on everything doesn't mean I don't think that the man has a right to A, exert his free speech as he sees fit, or to also continue to receive such crazy punitive damages, and be put through multiple years of public destruction and have everything that you've worked for burnt down for what exactly? The last time we talked about this stuff, that yeah, he might end up losing InfoWars, okay? The baby that he's built for the better part of 20 years, to pay back a ludicrous sum of $1.5 billion because of stuff other people said on his show that he had the audacity to simply entertain. Oh, but people turned up at parents' house of those kids because he said crisis actors. Okay, cool. That's worth $1.5 billion. Oh, but he was convicted in a court. Yeah, he was convicted by a judge, and the jury was simply deliberating on a summary judgment as to how guilty Alex actually was. It's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Radio host Alex Jones stands on the brink of losing his InfoWars media platform as federal bankruptcy judge is set to rule Friday. So I suppose, this upcoming Friday, on whether to liquidate his assets to help pay the $1.5 billion he owes for his false claims about the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. Hearing is scheduled for U.S. bankruptcy court in Houston to decide the fate of the outlet he turned into a multi-million-dollar money-making endeavor over the past 25 years. AP details Jones has been telling his web viewers and radio listeners that InfoWars' parent company, Free Speech Systems, is on the verge of being shuttered because of the bankruptcy. He also reportedly been urging them to download videos from his online archive to preserve them and pointing them to a new website to his father's company if they want to continue buying the dietary supplements he sells on his show. Jones, 50, is reported to have said on a show Wednesday it could be a matter of hours or days before he loses the company. I don't even know if he's being hyperbolic at this point in time, but he's definitely being, his entertaining self. Because, yeah, you could say that this is hyperbole, but then at the same time, you're heading into bankruptcy court and there's any point in time where they could just, snap their fingers and dissolve everything that you've done in means of paying back for these so-called damages, paying back the victims by costing the man his livelihood and the only means that he would have in order to fully repay anybody. So it makes no sense. It still doesn't make any sense at all. I think it's very accurate to say InfoWars is a sinking ship. InfoWars will live on through all the great work we've done, all the reports we've filed, through you saving them, sharing them, and of course I will come back stronger than ever. But I'm going to stay with the ship until it fully sinks. At the last moment, I will then step onto the next ship. Liquidation could mean his assets would be sold off to meet and absolve his debts. It could also mean that Jones ultimately loses ownership of Free Speech Systems, InfoWars, the company's social media accounts, and all associated copyrights. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. We'll come right back to that stuff. But Jones and Austin, Texas-based Free Speech Systems, filed for bankruptcy protection in 2022, and relatives of many victims of the 2012 Sandy Hook school shooting that killed 20 first graders, 6 educators in Newtown, Connecticut, won lawsuit judgments of more than $1.4 billion in Connecticut and $45 million in Texas. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Lawyers, ambulance chasers, gravediggers at this point in time have been seeking liquidation. Doing so will enable the Connecticut families to enforce their $1.4 billion in judgments now and into the future, while also depriving Jones of an ability to inflict mass harm as he has done for some 25 years. Simply point to the thing that he actually did that you claim that he has done. Oh wait, you didn't have to prove that in court, and you haven't proved it at all whatsoever. This is one of those lies that's just simply been perpetuated. Like I said, when you hear Sandy Hook, you immediately think of Alex Jones. And why? Well, because the media told you. And he said crisis actors. Or you might not even get that far. You just might immediately make that connection and think, oh, Alex said that it didn't happen. It's like, well, it did. It was proven that he did. And if we're just going to go ahead and litigate everybody when they're wrong or simply tell a lie, you're laying dangerous groundwork where you can just have selective enforcement of these rules. And yeah, you might not like Alex Jones. And you might think, it's just happening to him. Who really cares? But eventually it's going to come for somebody that you like, somebody that you know, or hell, maybe even you. But okay, they're going to be liquidating his businesses. Okay, they're going to be, reaching in between every couch cushion, wringing out every last red cent that he has to his name, and distributing it to the aggrieved parties. Okay, that's one thing. But why is that they want access and they want to be able to seize Alex Jones's social media accounts? What kind of crazy shit is this? This is wild. Okay, I don't know how you justify this. This is way beyond the pale, for me at least. Sandy Hook families want to seize Alex Jones's social media accounts. Why? Families of the Sandy Hook massacre victims want to seize Alex Jones's social media accounts in his bankruptcy, saying that the conspiracy theorists' frequent posts of fans are a key part to the InfoWars business being liquidated to pay Jones's debts. Jones, who filed for bankruptcy protection 17 months ago, has given up on trying to reach a settlement that would require $1.5 billion. Yes to the 20, blah, 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 all those folks. Jones and the families now agree that Jones's assets should be liquidated in bankruptcy, but families on Wednesday asked the U.S. bankruptcy judge in Houston, Texas, to additionally take control of Jones's X account. Really, the one that he just got back. I don't even know if it's monetized, and even still, the breadcrumbs that he gets off of that wouldn't even come close to making a dent in the fees owed. It's almost like you're trying to litigate cancel culture to the next level here. Jones's Twitter account has 2.3 million followers, no different than a customer list of any liquidating business, the Sandy Hook families argued. Oh my God. They argued that Jones has used the social media account to push the value of InfoWars by diverting sales from his site to his father, drjonesnaturals.com, which sells health supplements and other products. Well then, now that Reuters has published this article, the Sandy Hook families could argue that Reuters is also pushing Alex Jones's brand and then also making it far more publicly well known. So are they going to sue Reuters? Are they going to sue me at this point in time? Because this seems less about seeking justice and more just being petty assholes, or maybe useful idiots to lay the groundwork for further prosecutions like this, or persecutions rather. Jones's attorney, Vicky Driver, said on Thursday that the Sandy Hook family's request was procedurally improper and that Jones would oppose it at the appropriate time. The Connecticut plaintiffs have never wanted money from Jones but to silence him. I mean, when you actually want a settlement, you don't seek $1.5 billion. Nobody could pay that back. Literally, outside of what Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, everybody else would have to liquidate so many assets that it wouldn't even be possible. You couldn't move. You couldn't create that much liquid capital to pay that stuff back. And if, yes, you were in fact seeking restitution, you would come to an agreement, a reasonable sum, and you would also allow the man to continue to earn a living to pay you back. But no, you're trying to silence him, or whoever's trying to urge you on in these stupid endeavors is continuing to try to silence people. I don't know how you can read this in another way. Like I said at the out, you might not like Alex Jones. You might think that, fuck him. You just let him burn, okay? This will be used. If this ends up going through, if they end up stripping the man of his livelihood, if they strip him of his ability to speak, this will not just be an Alex Jones situation. This will be a Donald Trump situation. This will be a James Woods situation. This will be a you situation if you don't speak up and do your part right now. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.